So we're going to a place called Big Buffalo. It's a big buffalo, hence the name. But the petroglyphs back in here are just massive. Beautifully depicted, large in scale, and plentiful if you're willing to take a little bit of a walk. It's interesting how much this must have silted up in front of it, because the buffalo's down fairly low. And I find it hard to believe that they were down on their hands and knees pecking away. Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Over there.
So the big buffalo comes over here. And then you got your sheep. You got your men. You got your aliens. The camera really... It's hard to see sometimes when you're here in person, but the camera just, my giddy Aunt Nancy, really shows this stuff up sharp. Stuff that's hard for us to see, like that little man figure right there. Now what do you suppose is that one? So you can see much further down below. This must have all filled in with sand, because right down through here you can see petroglyphs that have been worn. What do you suppose that is? Anybody got any guesses? And then this is the older stuff right here. I'm going to call it older. Certainly comes across as older. It's neat. Look at this one. This one's a jumping ram right here. That's pretty spectacular to be able to show movement in rock. And you can see they've got actually a lot of size detailing here, where they got the smaller ones, and then they have the bigger ones. And then they've got the, we looked at this one earlier, pod people one, right downside there. This looks like a giant beetle. Right down here. Get the head with the pinchers. The body, this would be, looks like the shell. Tell me that doesn't look like a giant beetle. All right, Miss Accountant, come on over here.
I get the obligatory with the big. I didn't get the big hunt. Now I've got to get the.
Let's see.
Big buffalo.
Okay, so here we go. Oops, stand there. There you go. Now you can see the big buffalo over there. The big buffalo panel is the biggest depiction of a buffalo petroglyph in the 9-Mile Canyon. However, this panel is remarkable for having been used for what I calculate to be at least 2,600 years. Starting with what I believe to be the earliest identifiable Glen Canyon style petroglyphs, right up to the present day Ute Tribes. It encompasses geometric, abstract, representational, zoomorphic, anthropomorphs, and even some pictographs. Many of these are located side by side within inches of each other and show a continuity of use over thousands of years. It's amazing that this canyon has been used for so long by so many people and is even enjoyed today by the present modern day man, present modern day tribes, and ancestors of the people who put these things in the very rocks themselves. It's just amazing. Whoop, looking up the canyon. Nice slow pan. See, I'm getting much better with those. I don't have to slow them down in post. I'm hoping. Now you're looking down. This is west, down 9-Mile Canyon. And there's petroglyphs that go all the way down along here. So we're going to take a little bit of a walk. We were talking about some of the older stuff, or what I consider to be older. We got the older man shape up there. You can see it right in here. Now these are ones that are kind of interesting. What are these trying to depict? All right, where is it? You can see this whole wall is just littered with them. There we go, that's the one I'm looking at. What are we trying to depict with this one? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 a month? Were they picking out a month? Old ram in there. What was this one? Now it's interesting because all I can see in this one, coming up through here, the man, whatever that is, but when you back away, the whole wall looks littered with older stuff that just pops out at you. Nice bullseye pattern here. Look at how pretty that is. You got the sheep. I'm going to call them sheep, although these are shorter horned with straight. Just a closer look at some of these beautifully pecked petroglyphs in here. The lines on them are gorgeous and detailed and so crisp and clean. And this particular panel doesn't have a lot of vandalism. So we're going to cross down through here. Squeeze through here. You walk right down the face here. Oh wow, I did look at those. I didn't see those.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Wouldn't that be a good place to be?
Can you see them, love?
Yep, I do.
Wow.
There's that whole ledge there. You think they would have put something up there to...
Completely missed those.
I'm going to get a little farther back.
There's a whole ladder structure going up inside there. All right. Whoa, look at the big one up there. Okay, so we've got to fly the drone up here, folks.
There's more dots, there's squigglies, a ladder.
Look at that big one up there. Right up. Where's my finger at? Right up there. I missed all those last time I was here. Those are magnificent. Every time I come back, I'm finding newer and different things. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. This panel consists mainly of uncompadre petroglyphs with Fremont style petroglyphs pecked right over the top of it. That hand that was up there in the center, that's an uncompadre style, as well as the ladder style here, the abstract, some of the representational, the bullseyes, the anamorphs. This one, I think, is more new than old, but it is pretty to look at. From the big buffalo over that away. walking down here, and I'm looking down low for petroglyphs. You can see them, they're little tiny ones. I'll walk in. Gotta have a really close eye for them. And you can see the bullseye pattern on this one right there. And you think, wow, those are the little treasures that no one sees. And then the accountant goes, oh, look up there. And this whole rock, I thought they were here. They go all the way up and around. That whole face is covered with them. Just astounding. I've been here 4 times, and this is the first time I've seen those ones up high. You look down over here, and you got some buffalo. So these would be small buffalo. Down inside there. As opposed to the big buffalo. Convenient, that. All right, let's see what else we can find. Yeah, now she's got me looking up high, folks. Do you see anything up there?
No, they tend to like to where they got ledges they can like stand on. Seems like where they put them. I was just thinking they're probably up there living. And so.
Well, the sun's out and it's a beautiful day today. You're kind of walking into a box canyon here. I'm gonna walk back over close, see what we can't find.
There's that whole layer of green rock stuck right underneath.
This is part of the Morrison Formation. That green layer is an iron deposition that was laid down in an underwater
I
environment.
say it every time. I will find out one of these days. Oops. So we're going to cut down low through the sage. See if there's anything up here. This is not the typical place you would find them.
Ooh, there they are. Coming around the corner.
You'd think, you know, this is a west-facing wall. And suddenly you turn around, and there they are. Just a whole big rock of them, beautifully drawn. And when you can look at them and see, you know, right here, bison, this one right in here with the curved horns, you got your big horn here. Now, who's that one from Lilo and Stitch? That's Stitch right there. And these are old, these are pecked deep and hard. Weather worn right down through there, but look at that gorgeous picture right there. All those pecking dots really show up. I mean, this camera does this phenomenal, spectacular. Come up with new superlatives. Astounding ability to pull up. I'm going to pause and get myself some pictures of these, folks. All right, so we're back on the hunt. Like I said, this is kind of a odd direction to find them. West facing like this. Now, we got some red pigment. Was that a old pictograph? Or was that just a staining that occurred out of the normal? So, were these petroglyphs right here? Were those just random, or were those new? They look new. Darn it. Sucked in again. Oh, can you see them ahead, folks? We have the accountant and our faithful dog Tavi, out of the frame apparently right now, enjoying a good sit down in the sun. But here's pictographs, petroglyphs, and graffiti. So these are beautiful. Look at that. You can see some older ones over here. I'm going to call those, I know those are petroglyphs right there. Those are old ones. This one right over here. This whole group right in here used to be the circle. Then you look at the big ones. Now somebody drew in or shaded in, not 100% certain. Could that have been a depiction of this right here being a 49er, a gold panner, a trapper with his mule team? I mean, that doesn't look necessarily like a bighorn sheep or deer or elk or something. He's got something in the center there which would be pack saddles. And then a beautiful rendered buffalo right above it. And then August 19th, 1867. So you're looking up at all these ones. Now bear with me, folks. I think we can all see them. You're all looking at these big, beautiful ones here. You got petroglyphs up above, which, quite frankly, are gorgeous to look at. You got petroglyphs down below. You got modern graffiti. Then if you don't look closely enough, look at this little tiny anthropomorph right here. Way down here at the bottom. Really beautifully rendered. I'm going to turn this off and take some pictures. I'll get back with you here in a bit. One last voiceover for this video. You guys are going to have to let me know whether these are helpful or just annoying. But these petroglyphs here are Ute petroglyphs from the 1600s. They're overlaying more ancient Fremont culture petroglyphs with modern day graffiti, or 1867. We'll call that modern day graffiti. Either way, he stuck with the style of the Fremont culture, so he did a job there. This anthropomorph, is quite neat. I love the 5 fingers that it shows and how well it's depicted. But now we're going to move on. So, this has been newly marked since I was here last. Kind of an obvious one. No trespassing. Guy's got a cabin sitting right back there. Completely off grid. So we're going to stand here on this side of the no trespassing sign. We're going to look at the last panel we got here. It's got a straight horned deer. It's got your shaman, it's got your squiggly lines, it's got your bighorn, and then it's got your obligatory modern graffiti. But it's a pretty panel for all of that. And it's just over the border of no trespassing. So we're not going to go there. I am going to turn around and head back. And we'll catch you guys at the next one. See you on the next one. Thanks for the travels.